Hi everyone, my name is Klaudia and I'm one of the Beautonomy YouTube channel hosts. If you want to see how I created this beautiful smoky cut crease eye look using this amazing Beautonomy eyeshadow palette, please keep watching. Thank you. So I've already done my eyebrows and I've put down a concealer as base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the shade Brick first. So I'm taking that, packing a good bit of that on my brush, and I am just going to start putting that in my crease. So as you can see here, I'm just doing little swiping motions. I do have a little dry spot here, so let's all pretend that that's not there. So taking more of that shade and I'm going in from the outer corner and I'm just going up kind of up to where the tail of my brow is. Just up in that direction with that same shade. Now taking that again and just making those two lines meet. So what I'm doing now is I'm just buffing out the edges of that shade. It just means that whenever you're putting down your next shade, it'll be a lot easier to blend. So just ever so slightly buffing that out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with a slightly fluffier brush and I'm going into the shade Oh Honey. So picking that up and I'm just going to start going along the edge of those lines that I just created with the shade before. So just gently swiping motions again like I did with the previous shade. Just starting to blend these out a little bit more. Making sure to go along this bottom line as well and just make sure that that's all nice and blended out. So now that I've blended that all out, I'm going to go in with the shade Brick again, and I'm going to go into the crease. Now the reason why I'm doing this is whenever you cut your crease, it'll just give it like that deeper effect. So if you have a really dark shade just above where you cut your crease, it'll give you a really nice deepened effect. And just making sure to do the exact same on my outer edge as well. So now that I've done that, I'm going to get into cutting my crease. So how I like to start off is I like to take a little bit of micellar water on a little cotton bud. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to slowly start carving out that cut crease shape. And I do like my cut crease quite high up as well, so I'm just taking this a good bit above my actual crease on my eye. So that is what that's looking like now. I have done the first inner and middle portion of my eye. The outer corner I am leaving the way it is at the minute because I will be blending that dark shade into my lid. So now that I've done that on both eyes, I'm just going to take my little concealer brush and I'm going to start cutting my crease. So now that I've got my base down, I can start going in with the colours on my lid. So I'm going to pack them on, which is my absolute favourite part, especially with these. They are so shimmery, and just packing them on is an absolute dream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my little packing brush. So I've just picked up the shade Fridge 75 on my little packing brush. What I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to start packing that right on that cut crease. And I'm being careful not to go over the edges as well. So now that I've got that shade all packed on, I'm going to go in with my teeny tiny blending brush again, and I'm going into the shade Brick again. So what I'm doing with this is I'm taking this right on the very outer corner of where those two different shades are, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start blending them into each other so there's a nice smooth transition between the two shades. So now that that's all blended out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some concealer on just so that I can start blending out my lower lash line. And I'm just using a little beauty sponge for this. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go back in with my tiny brush and going into the shade Brick again. And I'm going to start going into my outer corner on the lower lash line and just taking that almost the whole way across. Don't worry if it looks a little bit harsh, I will be blending this out in a wee second. So going into the shade Oh Honey again with my little fluffy brush that I used earlier, and I'm just going to start blending that shade out on my lower lash line. So I've just popped a little bit of orange in my waterline, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to highlight my inner corner, which I really love doing because I feel like it just makes the whole eye look pop. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop on a little bit of black eyeliner just on my waterline. Now that I've done that, I'm going to pop on some mascara and lashes, and I'll be right back. So that is what my eyes are looking like now. I am honestly really in love with this look. But what I'm going to do now is I'm quickly going to do my base, and I'll be right back. And that is my look all complete using this amazing Beautonomy palette. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and there is a lot more to come, so I hope you enjoy those too. And I had a really fun time chatting with you all and showing you how I did this look. So thank you for tuning in, and see you next time.